what's up everybody? I'm bringing a review today on a brand called Panorama, and the flavor is Lebanon Nights, and this is what the 50-gram box looks like right here. So it's got a bunch of men like standing in a field. It's kind of interesting. So Panorama is, I'm not too sure whether it's a new brand or not. It's definitely new to me. This is the first time I've ever tried it, first flavor I've ever received, and I did receive this from Magic Smokes. It is a local smoke shop, and trying to get a website up again. Got the inventory ready up. Now we're just gonna basically put up the website, and you guys will be able to make purchases from there. Anyway, so Magic Smokes does carry this brand called Panorama, and I saw it. I was interested in it, and I figured why not just try it. There's nothing wrong with trying out new brands, and I'm always skeptical about trying new brands because I like what I'm used to, such as Tangiers, Nakhla, Al Fakhr every now and then, and trying to switch, trying to try out new things. It's definitely kind of interesting and a little afraid sometimes. But the cut of the brand, it is a very, very, very similar cut to what Al Fakhr has to offer, and it is also dyed red. If you guys can see it there, sorry, this Ziploc bag kind of gets in the way. So I can't really give you guys a nice detailed look of it, but it is pretty juicy as well. It is dyed red. Not too sure why, no complaints, but just not exactly too sure why. Anyway, so the smell of this is kind of, it's very interesting. It's not something like familiar to me. I'm getting some sort of like something like a grape with melon type of thing, but the more I smell it and the more I think about those two fruits, I don't really seem to see it that much. I think whatever mix or whatever this is, it just seems to be its own flavor that Panorama has came up with. But obviously, I could be wrong. I have not checked any sort of flavor sheets. I haven't done any research on it, so I really don't know if it's a flavor mix or not. And that's a good thing, So if I give a review on it, such as I am right now, I'll be able to describe the taste without any sort of bias. So if I'm correct on some things, they did a great job. If not, cool. Thanks for the surprise. So today I'm smoking this from my KM Double Wheat with a Crown Hookah's mini funnel on the top. I was really glad to bust that bowl out again. I really miss using it. I'm using a blue fancy hose, and I got 2 cocoa drummers on top. Been smoking this for maybe just 5 minutes. It's quite obvious. This brand makes great clouds, great smoke, and that was initially kind of a shock as well. I thought it was obviously it's gonna make smoke. I just didn't know this much, especially since I packed it in my mini funnel. Which, don't get me wrong, I always get great results from the mini funnel, but the minimal amount of tobacco that you use for the mini funnel, and it's still producing this size of clouds, I can't even imagine what it would do in a large Egyptian head bowl or in a Tangier's small funnel, something like that. And this stuff, let me tell you guys, is very, very heat tolerant. I actually tried to burn it to see, before the video started, I tried to burn it to see what its tolerance could be, trying to see how much heat it could take up before you have to take one coal off, things like that, and it kept up very well, and the flavor was not diminished or affected in any sort of way, no matter how much heat I put on the damn thing. So very, very, resilient tobacco. Now, the flavor itself, definitely what it smells like. Again, not too sure what the hell it is, but it is just great tasting. It's the strength of the flavor. It's not super strong. It's not super weak. It's right there to that point. This is the one of smokes that a flavor where you can sit down and relax and not have to deal with a lack of flavor or too much flavor when you're not in the mood for it. This is one that's just right in between the middle. So I mean, I'm getting perfect, taste from it. Again, not too much, not too little. I can't really say anything else. And the flavor, I mean, damn, I just cannot get it. If any of you have walked into the Sweet Factory or any sort of candy shop, kind of smells like that. Again, I want to say that grape is involved in this mix. And now I'm beginning to taste some sort of like a watermelon. Initially, I thought it was some sort of citrus, like there was orange in here, or maybe another kind of fruit like peach. But now that I'm smoking it again, I'm not getting that. I'm getting a lot of kind of like a, like I said, like a grape berry, kind of a melon mix flavor, or it could just be its own flavor. I don't know what it is, but it's seriously great. And for trying out a new brand, I wanted to try out something that, not generic, such as mint or strawberry, things like that you can purchase easily from any other brand that you're used to. I wanted to try something that was a mix, kind of like a signature flavor that the brand has to offer. And Lebanon Nights, I haven't heard of that from any other brand. Wow. I'm thoroughly pleased with my whole experience thus far. The 20 minutes I've had with this brand and this tobacco has just been great. It hasn't been that long to give, it has my support. It's not something I'm going to go out, I'm not saying it's the best of the best, but it's definitely something good. And if there are other signature flavors, because I've seen they have some other kind of like signature flavors, and even if any other generic flavors are like this, I mean, I would not mind purchasing them. It's the price-wise, it goes around the same as Al Fakhr, but price is a different story. I don't really care too much about that. It's the experience that you're gonna have with your tobacco. Because if you're smoking, you definitely have to enjoy what you're smoking. If not, you're not gonna enjoy it. I mean, you're not gonna like it. What's the point of smoking? And this is something that I've seriously enjoyed, especially being an avid Tangiers or Nakhla smoker, things like that, and getting out to other things like that. It's kind of hard for me. And this has definitely kind of just brought that back, like now I want to try some of their other flavors because I really want to see what this brand has to offer. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I have no complaints about it. I'm going to go back to giving number scales again. I figured it's a little bit easier. So for me, personally, I'd have to give this an 8 or a 9 out of 10, a very solid 8 or 9 out of 10. The reason why it's not a 10 out of 10 is that, don't get me wrong, it's great. I wish the smoke strength of the flavor would be a little bit stronger. It's definitely kind of like a nice sweet, but I wish it was kind of like somewhat of like more sour, prominent flavor, something like that I'm looking for. But regardless, the flavor itself I have